Hello and welcome to my blog. I would love to give a special thank you to my friends in Facebook that forward all this work that we're doing here on their Facebook. It is amazing. I'm getting a lot of answers from the Facebook, and it's very rewarding, the work that we're doing together. The emails are coming more and more, and we do touch people's life every day, and I'm so grateful that this is my work for now. And today I would love to talk about guilt. I've asked myself so many times, how would I talk about it? Because guilt is so big in our life. We all have it. It is a feeling that is present in humans being life. We can't help it. That's the way it is. And actually, we cannot help it until we see it. So today, this morning, something happened, and it was just a story that was given to me from my friend's wife, my producer's wife. And I'm very grateful. I'm going to share that with you. Her name is Vanessa, and she works for me temporarily to take care of my kids. She is like a family to me, and her husband is working with me in this show. So this morning, she happened to be not able to come on time because the husband was preparing for her a special breakfast. Now, I didn't know about it. 10 o'clock was the time that we said she was supposed to be in the house. At 10:40, I realized that she wasn't here. And of course, the kids are jumping up and down. And I was about time and ready to sit down and start my show. Now, I called my assistant, Liliana, and I said, "Where's Vanessa?" She's like, "Oh, actually, you know what? I call her and she's getting ready to come, but she has to have her breakfast." I said, "Great, but just let's make sure that we start not being too soft on the time, and next thing you know, it's not 10 o'clock now and it's 12. And she's like, "Okay." That was it for me. An hour later, Vanessa is in the house. She came in and I'm like, "How are you? How was your breakfast?" She's like, "Oh, I end up not having it." I said, "Why? What happened?" "Well, I had to be here, and my husband was at home and was making me this beautiful breakfast and I couldn't have it." Wow. I was like, "That's bad. Why you couldn't?" "It's okay." She answered, "It's okay." I said, "It's not okay." Now, this is what was going through my body. We all do not want to be responsible for other people's unhappiness. It was obvious to me that she wasn't happy to be here without her breakfast, and she would have loved to have some time with her husband. My neck was tense, and I'm like, wow, it's either I go with the tense muscle or I clear this up and see really, why am I feeling guilty? Why right now I feel like I'm a monster that couldn't even give my friend an hour to spend time with the husband? The only reason is that I didn't have all the data. And for me to clean that up, I need to be sure that I am clear. So I call her and my assistant and I say, "Okay, let's see what's going on here because I'm not feeling good." And she's like, "It's okay, AWA, it's okay." I'm like, "Nope, it's not okay." And actually, anytime you're saying, "It's okay," you know what I hear? "It's not okay. It's not okay, I am doing it for you." Well, who wants to feel that way? Who wants to feel like you're only going to be okay when others are not okay? I said to her, "What you're doing right now is a guilt trip." She's like, "No, I don't want anybody feeling guilty." I said, "But that's what's going on. Maybe you don't see it, and that's why we're going to sit down and put it in the mirror so that we all see who we're being here." And this is what was happening. I said, "Okay, what happened when Liliana called you? What did you say to her?" She said, well, I just told her that, I'm having breakfast. I said, okay. So were you clear for you? She's like, well, now I see that I was not. All right. And I said, you came and you said you didn't have breakfast. But when I called my assistant, she said that you had breakfast. Of course, she said, I didn't finish it. I had half of my breakfast. Now, if you're following me, you're going like, okay. Now, I want you to see that who she was being is all of us. We all do that. We all lack to tell the truth. When I say that, you're going like, what do you mean we're not telling the truth? She wasn't telling the truth, but she couldn't see that she wasn't telling the truth. Actually, you know what happened? We are not trained to tell the truth. When I tell her, do you know that you just lied? She said, no, I do not lie and I don't like to be a liar. I said, yes, I know that. But anytime somebody fails to say exactly what is you are not telling the truth. The truth is what is. We stopped for her to realize that. And I said, do you know if you had told the truth? She's like, yes. But I don't know what other truth I would have said. I said the real truth. What is? That will look like this. My assistant will call you and you say, hi Liliana, oh, how are you? You know what? I would love to come a little bit later because my husband is right now making breakfast for me and it's a special breakfast. It's going to take me another hour. Can you just tell hour? If she doesn't mind, I'm going to tell later. And she looked at me with the big eyes and said, wow, it is so hard. I said, yeah. The simplest thing in life, which is the truth, it is so hard. Is that true? How hard it is to just say the truth. She started crying. And that's what we do anytime we see ourselves. We feel compassionate. We feel like, wow, this used to be me. So it was great. This story is what is going on when we do not look, when we do not see ourselves. And I'm sharing it so that we all see ourselves in it. We all see, I'm going to say the word lie. I know most of us do not like it. And actually that's why I'm choosing to say it. A friend of mine one day watched this blog and say, can you stop saying lies? I said, yes, until we see it for what it is and keep on calling it something different, we are not going to work on it. Anytime we're not saying the truth, we are lying to ourselves. This was the vlog about guilt. Guilt is something we all have. We live in that prison. The only story that I have of how we all got it is the story of Adam and Eve. It's just the minute we realize, the minute Adam just ate the apple and felt naked and could feel feelings and had judged and called this right and this wrong, that's when we felt guilty. So if you're watching this and you feel like, but I don't feel guilty, well, you should be working on that thought of you never feel guilty, because we all do. The only way you can get out of feeling guilty is to accept that you have it. Once you accept that you have it, and you look in your life, everywhere where guilt was playing you, guilt was living your life, then you're going to start sharing yourself. You're going to start telling people, wow, this is right now what my mind is telling me. And start sharing to the point where people express themselves, which is what happened this morning with this Vanessa story. I could, because I'm practicing every day, I could see that this neck pain is not mine, and it's about time that I clean it up. The minute I did, it was a way for me, and it was a way for her, and it was a way for my assistant. Again, I bring this up so that we look at ourselves. We are swimming in it, and it's about time we see that and we acknowledge it for what it is, and we start creating the space where we gain our power back over ourselves again. I hope you enjoyed this vlog and you start practicing. You start looking for that guilt in your life and where it's taking control over your life. And I see you tomorrow. Thank you.